That shit hard.
Yeah.
Damn. That is it not? That not cool?
Yeah.
It would be doper with no Diddy standing in front of it. Much like
You said no Diddy?
yeah, it's doper with no Diddy. In fact, all the rap of the 90s, if you think of every video that he was in, if he wasn't dancing around like a jerk off, all those would have been better videos.
I don't know because me and my cousins were trying to do his dance moves. Like, what was he doing?
You were trying to nail it?
That's not his. The Harlem Shake is not his dance move.
It's not?
No.
Whose is it?
It's some fan. What?
Filthy Frank.
No, it is not Filthy Frank.
He didn't
And
make up
don't
the
ever
fucking
say
Harlem
that
Shake?
to people that know anything about it. I mean, they will Harlem Shake you to death for that. No, it was some fan at, I can't remember, Giants games, football games, or
I was
something.
about to say, I thought that it was something culturally that happened outside of it, and then they started putting it in videos.
It's called the Harlem Shake, and it started in Harlem. The Filthy Frank thing is like them just the Harlem Shake thing has nothing to do with it, even though they call it that. But it's an actual dance that was in all those videos, and it would be in Big Pun and fucking Fat Joe videos.
And it was called Special Delivery. I remember that video. Had everybody in the hood doing the Harlem Shake.
It's just shaking your hips and
You not do it?
shoulders. No,
You kind of did it.
it's not a hard.
Wait, you're kind of doing it.
Kurt's got like too big of shoulders. He would probably be
Okay,
good
Kurt, now
at
go
it.
like
but-
this. Go like that.
No, this shoulder's fucked up. I can't.
Oh,
come on, I
sorry.
can't be doing Harlem Shake with this shoulder.
He said he
Did you
tore his
age out
rotator
of
cuff
it?
doing the Harlem Shake.
No,
You
this.
aged out
What's
of the
this one
Harlem
called?
Shake. That's
Oh.
great.
Lateral something.
Yeah.
I fucked it up for 2 months, dude.
What
I think
happened?
it's from tubing. From trying to get back into my slippery fucking inner tube down that piss river we went down.
I loved the river. I don't know why you keep hating on the river.
Because I hurt my shoulder there. And now I got to look at, Diddy's got a great outfit there.
That shit looks cool, man.
He cuts a fine silhouette. But again, it's like, where do you come in, motherfucker? I like this bike thing. I don't need to see your fucking half open mouth all the goddamn time.
He always has and it always has
I
like
need
a
to see your
toothpick in it.
dumb fucking hanging down lower lip.
Man, he
Well,
look-
I think that this.
God made his mouth to scoop cum.
No.
No, we can say it now. We can say it.
No, I think he's in front of this piece because I think he ended up buying this piece.
did he? I mean,
we're-
did he? Fuck. Fuck. Let's see how many Diddy puns we can do
Yeah,
throughout the episode.
Oh my God. He took him apart and made Bieber ride him.
There are no seats on those bikes, just to point that out.
No, I got eyes I could see.
Jesus Christ.
That was like making the band. You had to take apart that bike and ride it all the way to Brooklyn to get cheesecake.
And a Pepsi.
I want you to ride this bike with no seat. Oh, wait, bubbies.
What do we call him now? What's his current name?
Love.
Love?
Remember, that was one of his aliases. Love. That was it.
That's his newest one.
Did it have a sign in it or anything, or is just love spelled normally?
No, he didn't get that far. He was never on Prince's
The
level.
thing you call him, you're not supposed to say it no more. The F slur.
The daddy of puffs.
I'm not calling him daddy. I'll tell you that.
Wait, so you corrected me on this because I thought the whole time that Puff was the why? What you
I'm
got,
sorry.
Jamar?
I'm sorry. My whole little thing is going off. Man, because, you would never want to put nothing on somebody like this. But Puff Daddy, his name is slowly turning into like pedo. Like Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy,
I mean,
pedo.
Yeah.
That's called black magic.
I thought that.
But I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
I thought that puff was the British word for being gay.
No,
but
that's a
you said
poof.
it's poof, and it's
It's a
spelled
poof
different.
ter. So no, you were dead wrong. But
Well, daddy
okay.
is gay. That's a gay
Okay,
term.
here's what happens.
Zaddy is gay.
Okay, so I actually know the evolution of his dumb names. So for one thing, his name changes happen every time like there was a crime associated with him, and so he rebrands. Like an airline that crashes too much is now whatever Value Jet.
It's now Spirit, yeah.
Spirit, yeah, Spirit, and finally after went through a bunch of mutations, he does like that. He Value Jets his name. So supposedly Puff was because when he was little, he'd get mad and he would huff and puff. I don't know.
No, that checks
Is this
out.
real?
I could see that.
Yeah, that's that I looked. I'm like, what's the official story of his stupid name? Sean Puffy Comb. So because he wasn't Puff Daddy first. You don't have them in order.
Oh, that's right.
Is that
Wait,
the
what
game
was
that we
he-
were supposed to put him in the right order?
No.
Because I can win and I can make the
What
band.
was he first? Puffy?
He was Sean Puffy Combs, and then they call him Puff or Puffy. When he first came out.
Okay.
Okay, the Diddy thing I just found out is because Biggie would go, "Okay, Diddy," like making fun of him, kind of, because he's calling him Diddy Kong, and Puff didn't know that. He didn't know that when he was calling him Diddy. Like first he was Daddy, but like Biggie would make fun of him. Okay, Diddy. Like,
What is Diddy
I don't get the
Kong?
joke.
I don't. Yeah,
from
I don't
Donkey
get it.
Kong on Nintendo? There's a little Diddy Kong.
Does he look like Diddy Kong?
I guess
What is Diddy Kong?
that's why
look
Biggie
like?
was calling him that.
Oh.
I didn't mean to grab your
Do you
hand.
want
many-
us to
how many
pull up Diddy
counts?
Kong?
Oh.
No Diddy on that.
How many counts of stuff does he have against him? Because he's gonna have to change his name at least 37 times.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just-
he's
They said that the hotline. Now, obviously, some of this is crazy people, but the hotline has had 13,000 calls call into it.
yeah. So
to
there's about
report
100
things.
something charges
But
out of that.
some of those are probably very fake. You know, they're just people.
Kurt.
Okay,
Kurt has
in
been
my
calling every
defense,
day.
in my defense,
Play too much.
it was
Kurt.
very funny what I came up with. He took this bicycle thing apart and made me ride. He wouldn't stop dancing in my videos.
So these are quotes. So, okay. I don't know that much about the career of P. Diddy because I was not really a P. Diddy fan. I was more of a 50 Cent person. And obviously they didn't have like a falling out until later, but I never really cared about P. Diddy. But that's a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio. So I was laughing when you said his name earlier, Jamar. That's him at the white party.
Well, yeah, I knew that. I knew
Yeah.
that they said that he went to those parties and stuff.
And
Dude,
he's
yeah.
going to come in later on too. But I mean, Kurt, do you want to give a rundown of like P. Diddy's life since we're doing the art collection of P. Diddy. I probably should have said that up top, but
Yeah.
I don't know that much about his life.
His dad was a snitch for Dave Lucas's uncle's gang.
Is that true?
Yeah. Or Dave Lucas is related to Frank Lucas.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so
David Lucas, the comedian.
Yeah.
related to
His
Frank Lucas,
uncle
that guy.
is Frank Lucas.
The,
A-
I don't know if it's his
American
uncle.
dancer.
It's
It is his uncle. I think it's his uncle through marriage.
look,
or
Southern's
something.
got
Yeah.
a lot of kids, you know.
wow.
And,
Shout out to David.
and yeah, and so I guess Diddy's daddy was a fucking snitch and got killed because of that.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know this?
I did not.
Wait, did David tell you that or you found that out on your own?
I've been blabbing about this for 3 years. I never talked about his art. I honestly never even came up to me. I wonder what kind of art he likes.
Yeah, well.
But he's a hack, dude.
Yeah, we're going to go into that because, okay, you guys know who Quincy Brown is, his adopted stepson. It's I'll Be Sure's kid with Kim Porter. So
yeah. Well, no, I don't know him. I know that he did adopt her son.
I think he's the oldest of Diddy's kids. So this is a quote from him that was put out in an article in 2013 that was supposed to be promoting P. Diddy as a collector of fine art, like he's his introduction into the art world. And it's Quincy Brown who's saying this. He says, he's done it all, what's left, collecting art. Not even because he's wealthy. He's doing the research to step into this world and be a really big dog.
Oh, that means he's studying like wizardry and that kind of
Well,
shit.
he's looking at this like a business investment, not like he likes art or the creativity.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
why
how am I
people
going to
do
make the
occult
most
shit.
money on this?
That's why you get into the occult is to get the most
That's
money.
also like a hack way of getting into anything. It's
What?
like you don't actually appreciate it. You're just in it for the business of it, you know?
Well, music he does appreciate because he knew who to steal from, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, he has an ear because the people he robbed from. He's a guy that's like next to someone who's the artist at all times and made a career out of that. A lot of people probably look up to him. You know, like
Yeah.
I can't actually rap and, you know.
Yeah, especially people who are into business stuff look up to him because he is a great businessman. Like,
Well, I hope everybody knows that part of it. Well, he is an amazing businessman, and that's why he's a piece of business. People are so many times pieces of shit, especially when they're big. They're usually the worst humans that have ever fucking lived.
yeah, well, I think their value system's probably off, right?
Yeah, because it's about money. I mean, everything's just surrounded around money. and
But it
shit,
is
and so-
interesting. He's chosen the arts, whether it be like visual arts or musical arts, these things to go into and make.
Well, you know
his
how you get
business
into
around.
it? You can see right there in the picture. You rest your weird light bulb shaped head on Leo DiCaprio's balls like it's a pillow at a white party.
Well, I think he
Take a
got
big
in,
whiff and then you're in
Who's
the art
that
world.
pimp next to Leonardo DiCaprio?
He's,
I don't know who either of those two guys are.
He's like, Diddy better not try to suck this dick before me. See his face? If Diddy thinks he's going to get some of this dick before I do.
Kim Porter's gorgeous.
She is so pretty. Yeah, well, the other thing that Quincy Brown suggested is that P. Diddy's collecting so much art that in the future we should keep our eyes open for a P. Diddy Art Museum. That he was trying to get into the museum world, which was why he was collecting all this blue chip art. So that's interesting.
Okay.
That was written in 2013.
I'm telling you, art is how you get into weird, dark, occult shit. Art. It's like always through art. Rich people hide their money in art. Right?
It's a money laundering scheme for sure.
Yeah, but that all ties into it. But that's how you meet like real, so you could really mingle with people in that world.
I was going to say, I think he got into both music and visual art through parties because
probably.
He got into music didn't he go to Howard or something? And then he was throwing parties. That's how he actually got into producing music. Was not actually through being
I thought it was
musician.
like a backup. Wasn't he like a backup dancer or some shit?
No,
that was Pac. That was Pac.
Yeah, no, not
yeah,
him.
no. Diddy was a fucking.
Yeah, Diddy was like a kid that.
He's like DJ Khaled, another useless motherfucker. You're like, why are these people here?
Well, I'll argue in a different way about that because Rick Rubin, that's his name, right? He got into it the same way. He was an NYU kid who started producing music on the side and looking at it from the business way.
But he produces like great. Okay, I've never heard anybody like Rick Rubin stole my beats.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say that. Maybe you've heard it. I've never heard that.
Well, but Rick Rubin doesn't really make the music. He more just does the business side, right? Am I correct on that? He does all of it?
No, a lot of producers are making those beats.
Yeah.
No, he is very involved. What?
He doesn't make the beats.
Was he?
He guides.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a tastemaker, which we're going to get into that term.
Listen, somebody that produces and guides a thing correctly is an art in and of itself. And that guy
absolutely
is well known for that.
Yeah.
So was, what's his name? His partner who wears pink and rapes.
Oh, yeah. Russell
Farnsworth Bentley?
Russell Simmons.
No, Farnsworth Bentley. He was stealing.
Oh, that's right.
He stole J Lo's $5,000 boots. That's how he ended up.
He stole her boots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did he seem like? Hey, I don't want to say it any kind of way, but he's like a kind of guy who's into boots. Does that tell you?
Yeah.
Oh
all
my
right.
God. All right, so we're gonna get into.
Jho Low.
What? Yeah, we're gonna get into how P. Diddy got into the art world. So
he got in through Jho Low. Is that what you're telling me?
He got in through Swiss Beats. So he and Alicia Keys convinced Diddy. This was, I think, after he had already started partnering with Ciroc, and so obviously he had the record company. He's in the works with Diageo. Is that the name of the company that owns Ciroc? So he's already doing these different business ventures, and so Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys convince him like, you've got to start collecting art because this is what people with real money do, and we're going to use this to bring up the Black community, right? So try to focus on collecting Black artists' work, all that sort of stuff, which is great. Is it time?
What?
You got nervous.
Speaking of collecting Black.
Okay. Why does Alicia Keys look like she worked the front desk at Total Recall in the Schwarzenegger one? Where she's tapping her nail and the nail color changes?
That is like a super artsy outfit she has on.
They're all. If you just dress like this, I assume you're a witch.
Oh, well, maybe.
You said rich?
A witch.
A witch. They also live in, okay, so this is a side thing.
Who's that guy?
Which one?
The one looking at her like her best gay
Beats.
friend.
That's Swiss Beats.
That's literally her husband. What are you talking
That's from
about?
Rough Riders?
You don't recognize him?
Wait, is he
why
from
does
Rough Riders?
I don't know what he's from.
That's Swiss Beats.
I'm going to be honest. I thought she was married to Common for like years because that movie.
He looks
they were
like
both-
Common.
You don't know my name.
He
But you
looks
know
like
that-
if Common wasn't straight.
But you know the movie they were both in?
Yeah.
And
what?
so I thought that was her husband, right? What was that movie? The one that takes place in Tahoe and there's
Oh,
The Hitman movie.
Idlewild?
The Hitman.
Oh, wait, what?
In
the
Vegas?
Hitman movie.
Oh.
It was
I'm dying.
Ryan
that I
Reynolds
can't-
is in it. It's like all these hitmen come to kill, and the guy who plays Captain Kirk in the new.
Is she in it?
She's in it with
No.
Common, and that's why I thought they were married.
It's like what's
It's
his
not
name?
Lock, Smoke-
Jeremy Piven's the guy.
Jeremy Smoking Aces.
Smoking
Oh, right.
Smoking Aces. So I always thought that Common was her husband, and then when I was doing this, I was like, oh, it's not. Whoops. Well, what's interesting about the two of them is they own that the Tony Stark house from the original Iron Man, that round house on the ocean. They own that and live in it. think it's in like La Jolla. And then also they are named in a lawsuit that's currently going on that alleges that they received $7 million in stolen funds from Jho Low.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Jho Low scandal?
No.
So Wolf of Wall Street,
Okay, yeah.
produced by Jho Low, Jho Joe.
He's a movie producer who used over $1 billion of the Malaysian government's funds. So all of the people who were paying taxes in Malaysia, it was going into this fund. And he came to Hollywood and started producing movies and stuff. And he told the Malaysian government that he was doing all these investments and they were going to get these returns on their
Got
investments.
hooked up with Obama pretty deep and through Leo. And the only person who went to jail for any of this is Praz from the Fugees.
Wow.
Nothing
Yeah.
happened to Leo. Nothing happened to Obama. Nothing
Well,
happened to
Jho
any of these
Low's on the
motherfuckers.
run still, right?
Yeah, I think they can't
He's on
find
the
him.
run,
That's pretty
and
cool.
all these people who got named in it, they're never going to see any consequences. He gave a bunch of celebrities millions of dollars to party with him. So these are pictures of him. He's paying Paris Hilton to party with him in that picture.
These are calling him
This
YOLO
Asian guy right here?
Jho-Lo.
Oh,
This
that's Asian
Asian guy, yeah. And I think Eric Tan, the guy he was working with, did go to jail. But anyways, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats are currently getting sued right now by I think the Malaysian government for millions of dollars that they owe the Malaysian government from this scam.
Really? Leo's
yeah.
still nothing on Leo, huh?
Oh, well, it might be coming soon because these people are all involved in it.
Yeah, I bet Leo, it won't come at him at all.
I mean, maybe not. But, other famous people that he was partying with that also have massive art collections are obviously Jay-Z and Beyonce. They have a huge art collection. Pharrell Williams has a huge art collection. These guys all have millions of dollars collected in art.
Yeah, who's that repulsive witch lady that they also all know?
Maria
Erykah
Bramovic.
Badu? Oh.
No, she.
Good guess.
No, but nobody ever said Maria Abramovic has magic pussy. That has never been a thing about Maria Abramovic.
I mean, I don't think she has sex.
what? What is that gesture?
I don't know.
Wow.
So this is some of Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats collection.
That's
so,
cool.
Their collection includes Warhol, Salvador Dali's, Kehinde Wiley's, Basquiat, Swoon. Swoon's going to be that one on the left I put the image of. Ernie Barnes, Cause, Murakami, Cecily Brown, Carrie James Marshall. I'm just naming all these. They also have the largest private collection of Gordon Parks photographs that's not in a museum. So
Who made that Obama picture?
That shit hard. It looked like I made it.
Kehinde Wiley is the one who got millions of dollars that Obama. So every year that there's a president, so every 4 years, they have an official portrait done.
That's his official
And
point.
That's his official portrait.
Oh, you should put it next to the King Charles portrait.
Yeah, it's a lot better in the King Charles
It's,
portrait.
I think
gotta
the
give it
background's
credit.
got a lot to do with it. The hamburger meat background is not as good as the. See now, Obama's sitting there, and what is he doing in the picture? Making love to men in his mind. I'm quoting the president. Every day I make love to men in my mind.
Quoting great
Are those
President
mind men
Obama.
here now?
Are those mind men?
You have to
my
make love
God.
to your mind men.
Dude,
And
that
that-
shit is
wait,
hard.
go back,
That
go back, go
last
back.
one?
Go back.
That shit
Yeah,
is...
with the dead Grover.
No, that
No,
one.
Swoon.
That big
yeah,
one.
Swoon is awesome.
I thought you
She's
meant
great.
this sculpture of them taking
No,
Usher to the
that's-
hospital to get his
that's
butthole
Cause.
sewn back together.
I hate
He's out for Kamala right now. Hey, guys who have had to have their buttholes sewn back together by a hospital after a Diddy party universally are voting Kamala.
Jesus Christ.
And
Damn.
he wants you to know that.
That's Cause. I actually don't care for Cause. That's not my.
Why?
It's like every rich person who has no taste gets Cause. I feel like that's the thing. I know people are going to argue me on this because people fucking love his work, and it's so boring to me.
Looks like some kind of bobblehead.
It's like bobbleheads, but it also reminds me of like that Dead Mouse EDM thing. Do you know what that is?
No.
It just is very, and he only makes these like sculptures of these same figures with the cross eyes.
Grover?
It's nothing to me. I just don't care for it. The other two I think are awesome.
And those are worth millions?
All of these, yeah. Well, the Obama one is worth millions. The other ones are probably in the hundreds of thousands, I would
Dude,
guess.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
So the next slide that we have here are some of their other collections. So the Ernie Barnes, who I think we should do
That's
a whole,
from Good
Oh, yeah,
Times.
Good
That's
Times.
from Good Times.
we should do
Yeah.
a whole episode on him. He was a professional football player turned artist. He's really amazing. And then Gordon Parks are the photographs on the left. And he's one of the most famous American photographers.
His stuff is in the his stuff is in that museum right there.
Gordon Parks or Ernie Barnes?
The Jimmy Walker one. This one, the Good Times one.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, it's in this museum right here, up here.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
No shit.
What, you're talking about the painting, right?
Yes, the painting.
Yeah.
Did you see it there?
No, I haven't been there yet. I know, I'm bad. I've
only seen the slow pan on Good Times over each part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. He's a very interesting character, and I think we should do an episode on him. But
is he part of the boule?
No, he's first off he's dead, but also he was born in like the 30s.
Boule goes back a long way.
He was a football player in like the 60s, I think. I can't remember what teams he played for, but yeah. So, anyways, this is Alicia
I think
Keys.
Terry Crews used to do art too.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. They said that I don't think that he started or anything like that. So they said that he would just draw people.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh, he didn't start after that Jew grabbed his dick. That's how you become an artist.
You sure that didn't like ruin his dreams of being an artist?
Some Jew agent grabs your dick and then you can draw.
Oh my God.
Happened to me.
Oh, yeah. So
I think Jamar paints.
It's from pain.
yeah, you have to put that pain somewhere, right? Oh, yeah. So I was saying that they owe $7 million to the Malaysian government, or they might end up owing that much. But their collection is worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
But this one, they own this one?
I don't know if they own that exact painting, but they own paintings by
Did
him.
you know that they said Eddie Murphy said that he owns the replica of that one?
Oh, really?
He said that they made a replica and he owns that one.
That's a pretty awesome painting.
Oh, I thought you meant a replica of the guy with the broom and mop.
That's a woman,
Oh.
first off, obviously.
First of all, it's Harriet Tubman.
I could see why Eddie likes it.
That's called...
I'm done.
That is the most famous Gordon Parks image.
Let me see your feet. I can't do his laugh.
Oh my God. So Diddy got hooked up in 2010 with this chick, Maria Brito. She's a Venezuelan art collector. She is a former lawyer turned art advisor.
Mm-hmm.
And
A what?
Harvard-trained lawyer. What'd you say?
Okay, that face, the smile she has in that picture, that is someone who has literally devoured an entire child herself.
Well, she was a lawyer, and now she considers herself a luxury lifestyle consultant.
Yeah, only the finest children.
Which I was saying that earlier about tastemakers. There's like, I think that a lot of people get into collecting art because they really just want to go to the parties and stuff.
That's right.
And this woman is a middleman for that. So she gets to go to the parties and hang out with people. And all she really does is go, hey, this is good. You should spend money on this. Hey, this is good. Spend money on that. I don't want to say jealous of her, but like I wish I would have gone that route instead of the academic route because that's so much more fun. She just gets to look at art all the time.
You still have to win a baby eating contest.
A baby eating contest.
I mean, look at those choppers. Look at that face.
So she gets to go to
Like
Art
something
Basel,
on a fun house.
Yeah, and hang out with Diddy all the time.
Holy
Yeah.
As well as all the rest of the people that she collects for.
She
And
probably picks out the kids to buy.
Yet some of them are unnamed. Some of her clients go unnamed.
Oh, I thought you meant the children. I hope.
hope
Yeah. No names, just the children.
No
Now
names.
this is a good one. Buy
so
this
next
one.
I'll show you guys these are some examples of
Damn.
like.
Whose collection is this? Swiss's?
So this is her. She has a luxury lifestyle brand where she helps you figure out what to collect. So these are some examples of some of the collections she's
like
put
that
together.
thing.
I love it. I think that her collections are great.
Yeah.
I think she's really good at figuring out what works together. Yeah, I don't know. I actually I think what she does is really cool and I like it. Now, she does party with all these people, so I don't know how involved she is.
If you're this good at this and that's your job, so
Yeah.
think of the access that you have.
Yes.
So think of the uses that you would serve to so many people.
Yes.
And so
You're
now,
a middleman. That's
Yeah. So now you're an important middleman, and I want to get close to somebody important. I'm Jho Low or whatever, something dark. I mean, you can set up so many things through this woman because this is good. These are good interiors.
Yeah.
And people go, oh, you know her and whatever. And I'll bet she's facilitated. She might not even know about what she facilitates. She probably does, though, based on her.
She connects people, you know?
I mean, she got a good eye, so that would lead me to believe she sees all. You know?
You made that real esoteric. She sees all.
But no, that's like
She keeps her mouth shut like a good lawyer too.
and see, that's the thing. People that are lawyers but then don't become lawyers, 9 times out of 10, their job is to facilitate something criminal and not get caught.
Well,
Like all of Congress and Senate and everyone who they always are a lawyer that didn't go into law. Why do you need to know about the law? Well, it helps you dodge things.
Also, art is money laundering. So these billionaires that come to her, millionaires, billionaires, whatever they may be, a lot of them are laundering money.
She grew up in Venezuela?
I got a question.
What you got?
All right. I'm only good at art. I don't know shit about it.
Okay.
So how is it money laundering? Like, please explain this to me.
Yeah. So if you have money that you need to move or place somewhere that maybe can't be on the books, art is the perfect way to invest in that.
Because your price could be whatever the fuck you want.
Yep.
Like an NFT or something, but it's
not,
real. It's a real
not
thing.
controlled by the regular market that the rest of us are that apply to our lives, like the grocery store. Art market is its own thing entirely.
Here's a great example. Hunter Biden.
Okay.
Yeah.
His paintings have gone for like $500,000.
Have you ever seen them? They're terrible.
They're terrible paintings.
So why do they go for that much money?
So I want a favor from his dad, and he's in some tax trouble. So I'm going to buy your painting for $500,000. And then that's me helping you, hooking up your dad, so he's going to hook me up. You see how it works?
So I'm giving you the money that I need to pay you for some shady business deal that I'm doing it.
Hunter.
But I'm doing it through
Biden's son.
buying this.
Let me see this stuff.
That's a good one there.
That's cool. That's dope. No?
$500,000 dope?
But this is what I'm saying.
I'm friends with professional artists who make
While
painting.
he was blowing bubbles, paint bubbles, which is what this is. And these were going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, do you think that that's equivalent to the brain power that you put into your work? And I mean that by like conceptualizing what
One of
you're
them look
making,
really cool.
creating something. Do you think that, and think about how much you charge. You don't have to say, but think about that. And now compare it to someone who is essentially laundering money and blowing paint bubbles onto a page.
Well, that's an extreme example. All of the good art, that's extreme.
It is. But do you see what we're saying? How there is no, like you can charge anything for a painting. So if you need some sort of business deals to go on, just raise the price of the painting by $10,000. And then you'll just give me that money that you need to give me for this other thing. It's a way to launder money.
Damn.
Yeah. Not all art is money laundering, but it is a really good tool for people who are in bad business and money laundering to use art.
A lot of art's just stored in that movie Tenet. They showed them breaking in to steal some, I don't know what they were stealing, but one of those secure facilities of just art hermetically sealed.
Yeah.
That billionaires bought because it's basically they put money in. It's like you're saving money in it.
It's better than putting it in a bank. Because the bank tracks everything that you're doing and how much things are going on. So it's a way to keep your money off the books and exchange your money off the books through private sales and things like that. And now there is some paperwork involved with it, but fudging the numbers is a big part of it because there is no set price for art. Art is whatever the art market dictates it is.
You know how the CIA basically made Jackson Pollock famous?
Yeah.
And I think Rothko, and you don't have to let the painter know. You pay a tastemaker like that chick.
Yeah.
Diddy owns his bed?
So
What?
no.
Oh.
So this
I'm
is
this guy is sick.
So we're going to get into Diddy's art collection now. We've just been talking about like people around him's art collection, but Tracy Emin is a very famous artist right now. She's living. The first thing that made her famous is that bed. So she, I guess, went through a bad breakup.
Oh, I saw her shit in New York. She just had an installation in New York.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she's huge right now.
In Brooklyn. Yeah.
So the thing that made her famous was she got really depressed and she was just drinking too much and doing all this. She was in this bed
she had
for
a kid
weeks.
or something too, right? Or did she not? Or something?
I think that's the
think
other
she has a
painting, the
kid.
kid she had in that bed.
Well, yeah. And so then she ended up making that bed her art piece. She put it on display in a museum and that made her crazy famous. So now she's a painter and she also makes these neon signs. The neon sign is the one that Diddy bought. So that one's I Listen to the Ocean and All I Hear Is You. That's the one he owns. And he bought it for $95,000.
What?
Yeah. So this is what I mean by like art price is not, You know, there's one of those neon signs at the mothership. Let me tell you what it's not is $95,000.
Wow.
What's the
You
bottom
know?
one in the corner? What's that called?
The painting, I don't know what that specific painting's called, but that all of her paintings are kind of in that same style.
Mm.
I'm gonna start doing some neon art. That shit
Tracy
look hard.
Emmons. Well, the other thing that's interesting about the neon art, because she's not the only artist that does that, but so it's probably her handwriting, I'm going to assume, but she also just has that fabricated for her. She's not actually making it. So she just has this idea. She writes on a piece of paper, sends it into a place that does neon work, and then they just make it for her, and that's the art.
So then who's the artist? Her,
She's
her
the artist.
or the...
Because she's the conceptual person.
Oh, man.
And she may have made that herself with like an assistant who knows how to do neon work, but chances are it's just like it's kind of like Jeff Koons, how he just has things, he comes up with the idea and then has it fabricated for him. So the conceptual person is the one who gets the money and it's their art. So that's an interesting fact about it too, which like I understand it in the sense that I had this idea of this thing that I wanted to do in metal, but I don't know how to weld. And I'm also not going to learn how to weld because it scares me. The electrical currents, like I don't like the idea of that. So I would have to pay someone to make that for me, even though it would be my idea. So there are times where you have to do that, you know? So this is one of
She probably hired some illegal immigrants to do it. They work cheap. They don't ask questions.
Yeah.
the neon work.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of his neon piece? Do you think it's...
I mean, neon looks cool. I
For
guess the
90
saying is whatever. I mean, if I was him, I would just had somebody make something better. You know, like this way for Bieber to suck your dick with an arrow. You know, like just something that is like less fruity. Something less fruity than that message.
Gay.
Right this way.
So one of the other...
I love that one. Now this I like.
So this is Brett Murray, and I actually do not know which Brett Murray piece he owns, so I just put a bunch of Brett Murray pieces
Is that
up
Brett
here.
Murray?
That is Brett Murray in the middle. He's a South African artist. I actually like him because he's
I
He's
like
black?
him because of this one photo.
No, he's a white South African dude.
His face is black.
Oh, he's wearing blackface and a colonial wig because it's making a stand against apartheid Africa. So this is what's weird about him.
Because they wouldn't let people dress like that.
No, I guess he's calling attention to the
Look.
fact that all the people that he thought who were in charge in apartheid.
Do you know what I call it when I can't put on that costume? Apartheid. Why are you keeping us apartheid? We should be together tied.
Yeah, well,
Now, where's my wig?
you want to talk about an outfit you could never wear for Halloween these days.
I'm Brett Murray. Do you not know art?
Oh my God.
I made two pigs fucking. Maybe you've heard of it.
Okay, so wait, this Oprah Winfrey one too. He has a whole series on Oprah, and I didn't know if I loved or hated these. I guess he's trying to call her like a hypocrite, maybe. I don't really get them, but
Bin Laden would look gorgeous in slacks, and I'll tell you why. He's tall. He's got great lines. The slacks.
accentuate his thin body.
I'm going to be the what not to wear guy. I know there's a lot of Sturman wrong in about.
So I looked up Brett Murray, and I actually really liked his art. The only thing I didn't like was there was this weird piece on
It's
him.
pronounced Brit.
Brit? Yeah, that's a good South African accent. The only thing I thought was weird is in one of these articles, it said that to, I guess, like push back against the apartheid government in South Africa, that he put himself on a self-exile to London until the apartheid stopped. But I'm like, yeah, if you actually cared about apartheid, wouldn't you stay there and fight it in South Africa? Instead, you're wealthy enough that you got to leave.
Well, it's called brain drain, and I understand the thought process. Yeah, sure, if you were really doing something, you weren't just some fruitball artist. But what he's been is like, I no longer want anything to do with this country. I, the great Brit Murray, you won't have my blackface portraiture. And, you know, in South Africa, they probably love this picture. So, you know, they probably are like, who's that guy that does the great blick face?
What's that in the corner?
So the top right one.
Yeah.
So that was the leader of after apartheid ended, and they
Wait,
had,
I just noticed a part of the.
yeah.
He's Winnie the Pooh in it, huh?
He's Winnie the Poohing it. So he got in this was probably what made him famous.
Is that Steve Bikos or something?
Yes, that was the leader of South Africa, and that guy got in trouble for raping a woman, and he's had some crazy comment about how after he raped her, even though she was HIV positive, he showered, and that gets rid of AIDS.
No, that's the president. That's not Steve Biko or whatever the guy's name. That was the guy who was the president of South Africa.
He washed the HIV off?
Why did I think his last name was Biko? What's his last name?
Biko is that's a guy that was killed that was like an activist.
Oh, no. It's not Biko. That just sounded familiar to me. That's why I said yes. No, it was the prime minister of South Africa. And I guess the guy was very dirty, like in the sense, not physically, although that shower thing is pretty gross. But apparently he was like a dirty politician.
He likes to fuck, you mean?
No, he was like taking money on the side and like doing bad shit. And so Brett Murray was actually making a stand against him for being a shitty politician and also and so he made this image of him while he was the sitting prime minister of South Africa. And that kind of made him famous because I guess he got kicked out of museums and
boy, I mean, the Clinton address at the Epstein place doesn't even compare to how amazing this one is.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
If that girl had any guts, she'd have made this. She made Clinton clamping his dick between his legs. I also think it got him. Girl.
I think it got him in legal trouble in South Africa also. I think I don't know. I can't really remember, but I'm not South African, so I'm not sure.
They're mad because he didn't make it look big or flaccid. I mean, that's a good flaccid.
I know. I thought so too. I was like, that's actually
not exactly an insult.
It's actually very generous. I think.
Stupid fat dick.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's what he was really mad about?
No, I remember he goes, I had AIDS at school because I washed after. It was like a really funny, just put a little hot sauce on your dick. It kills whatever. You don't have to wear a condom.
Yeah, it was a crazy thing to say when they were having like an outbreak of AIDS in the country. And he was like, you just shower off after. And everyone's
because one of the stories in South Africa was that word had spread that you could rape a baby to cure AIDS.
Yeah.
And I thought that was maybe exaggerated, but no, that was a thing that was said. Big J went out there. That's when he met Jim Jeffries doing something in the South. And this comic, Todd Lynn. Do you ever know Todd?
Todd who?
Todd Lynn.
Black guy?
Yeah. He's dead now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But Todd was complaining. Like, if you know Todd, it was like so Todd. He was just in a bad mood. And they're on the bus. So it's Jim, Big J, Todd. And they have a South African guy like driving them over. And Todd's just like, and he goes, what's the matter? And he goes, I'm just a black man in America. And they all just look at him like, these are South Africa.
Yeah.
They're all like, are you shitting me? Everybody could not believe he just said that in South Africa.
It's hard.
That baby thing. Jay got me a nice, I gotta find it. I know I still have it. He got me a chess set with ivory pieces, which I think you're not supposed to have, but the statute of limitations is passed for smuggling the ivory.
Yeah, you can't have ivory.
Well, I can't find it.
Oh, because the rhinos are endangered.
Elephant trunks, rhinos,
horns,
yeah.
I can't find it for a while, but I wish I still had it. But I guess it's good if it's lost.
It's worth thousands.
But if you can find it,
I mean,
it's a fortune.
I think you can't bring it into the country, but if it's like an antique, you can have it,
20 years ago, Jay brought a chess set that had ivory.
That was probably illegal 20 years ago.
Guy's a badass. All right, just bleep this part out. I don't know the maritime laws.
Who owns?
Weiwei.
Whose art collection is this?
This is Diddy's that we're going over now.
Oh, wait a minute. AYY. That is
Weiwei.
Okay, that will find you favor with the State Department as well as the CIA to buy Weiwei.
The bicycles up top, those were the piece that he bought that was an Weiwei. Yeah,
I do like that.
So you can see the artist there is sitting in front of another one of those sculptures, but I actually like it better.
He's absolutely a CIA asset. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I was going to say, this guy is considered to be a Chinese artist who's exiled from China because he's a dissident and a protester there, but he might be a CIA asset.
I would say it's almost absolute guarantee considering the Dalai Lama was.
But his art is really cool. So,
well, why would you want an artist that isn't really cool?
Yeah.
The reason he got in trouble in China is because he took a photo. Now, if you thought that guy's dick out was a controversy, his controversy was he gave the finger to it's like his finger, I think, to some Capitol building, then they're not going to let that stand. So that's what he got in trouble for.
Yeah.
But
well, now you're making me on his side, obviously, because you should be able to flip off the Capitol building.
I think that
I'll
China.
do it right now. Which way is the Capitol building?
No, but right. So what an asset has to do is provoke them more to do things. Do you know what I mean? To try to.
Oh, so you think
America can go, what did you do to? And then Matt Damon, who was a big champion of this, as well as FTX.
I was about to say there's a bunch of celebrities that own Weiwei's art. I don't know if I'm saying that right. His art is owned by a bunch of celebrities.
So that's directly Intel related. I promise you. There's no because he does make kind of cool shit.
No, his shit's cool. So I think the piece that Diddy owns is the Chinese zodiac one up there, which
that shit is cool.
Yeah, a bunch of gold busts of all the different Chinese zodiac. He also works a lot in porcelain and pottery, so he makes kind of like traditional Chinese pottery, but he does it in a very contemporary way, like all those stacked vases, which are. So Chinese art is often utilitarian, like it will be a vase or something that you can use, like you can utilize it, but he'll make those things, but make them unusable. So like, obviously you can't plant anything in that tower of vases.
Well, China used to have very ornate stuff like that, but then they did the Cultural Revolution and destroyed a bunch of their, because Mao wanted to get rid of the four olds, which is like old people, old ideas, old shit.
Old art, the traditions.
And then sparrows or something. He wanted to get rid of all the sparrows.
He wants me dead?
No, the bird.
Oh, okay.
And then when they did that, the sparrows, it turned out, were eating some kind of bug that destroyed all their crops. And, it turned out to be a real disaster.
Is that not a lie that he tried to kill a bunch of birds? He actually...
That is 100% real.
So there's a genocide of my people.
No. Are you a bird?
You're saying that I'm a victim of genocide. Is what
I'm saying there's a bird also called
you
sparrow.
guys heard it here first. I am now a victim.
That ghost shit is hard.
The what?
Is that big, or is it like, is that big as fuck? That gold,
the one
Zodiac?
that Diddy owns?
The Zodiac?
I don't know.
Like, how big is that piece?
I'm not sure because that's the only image of it I could find, but I have a feeling that they're mask size. So like each piece is probably that big. If that makes
Them parties is lit.
Yeah.
What?
Them parties are lit.
You think they put the masks on and run around and fuck each other? I think so too.
That's 100% they would do that. But I like Diddy's installation art. It was kind of Andy Warhol-esque. He had 1,000 bottles of baby oil stacked up.
Yeah.
That's funny. I should have.
That was a real good Warhol from him.
I didn't even think about that. I should have put the baby bottle wall in here as an art piece. These, I think, are the actual pieces that he owns by each of these people, but he owns an Andy Warhol, Keith Haring, and a Basquiat.
Okay, Basquiat is, I never liked any of his shit. Well, that's not so bad.
I like
Keith
Basquiat.
Haring, I always thought Keith Haring was the gayest shit, and I don't mean that to mean...
homosexual, because he was? Yeah, that's the wrong choice of words.
I don't mean gay as in lame. I mean, it's homosexual, but also it is lame. I don't care. Put it in my butt.
Wait, Jamar, what's your take on each of these artists?
I'm kind of with Kurt a little bit. Like, I respect anybody who do art, but I just thought Basquiat shit was so mid.
Mid. You know what? I should have said mid. I should not have said. It's just like mid, and it's like you're making up for this with like, fucking a dude. You're getting extra credit. That's how I meant it.
Say all that, but I, like
you're making up for this by having AIDS.
Don't put words in Jamar's mouth.
But did he? But Basquiat, but Basquiat did make up this style though.
That's what I was going to say. I actually respect Basquiat because he took street
Basquiat.
style.
You mean?
I said Basquiat. Am I saying it wrong or are you saying it wrong?
Basquiat. It's not Basquiat.
I like his work, and he was the first person to take like that sort of street art and put it into a painting.
I respect that, but then just to look at it like that, I'm over like.
I like him. Keith Haring, I don't care about, but only
the guy
because
with the squigglies and shit like that.
Yeah, and that was also street art. He got started in the subways.
That was cool.
My good friend Todd,
I can't do that.
My boy Todd James. That's what he got with like all those. What's the guy? All those graffiti dudes that became fine artists.
Todd's more familiar with these artists because he works with people who still.
What was Todd's graffiti name? I'm forgetting now.
I don't know.
But it's like New York has these graffiti guys that become fine artists.
And some of them are very, very good. And out of the three of these, I'm not a Warhol fan, so
That's Warhol shit, right? Like
Yeah, that's Ali, but Warhol's version. And I think that's the one that Diddy owns, which that's a print, I think.
I fuck with Warhol shit, but
it's okay. It's not my favorite. I don't know.
Didn't he used to like jack off on paintings and then like sell them and stuff? Like anything.
You're thinking of Horwall.
Oh.
Oh, of course.
How do you like Jay-Z doing his hair like Basquiat? Basquiat's hair is the thing I like the least.
Yeah, I mean,
He has Jay-Z's
I feel
current
like
hair.
Madonna made him do that because
50
they
Cent
were
got
dating.
mad. Because he was fucking Madonna, right?
They were dating at the time. Yeah, I think they
That's
were.
probably
Did he
how
used to
she
like
got
live in her
it started.
basement or some shit like that?
I think they were like homeless or doing heroin or something.
Like in like
yeah.
an attic, and then he would stay up like all night, do 20 hours, and come out with like 20 pieces like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He would
Whatever.
not make work for months and just do drugs, and then he would come out with all this. He also had a really short. This is another thing about art. He had a really short time period in which he was creating art, which means that there aren't that many of his pieces available, which means the price of each one of his pieces is way higher.
Boy, if
There's
I
not
was
that
a
many.
sinister
I'm
guy
fucked.
with a lot of money, I would try to pick out these young hot artists and then arrange for them to be dead soon, so there's not much of their art.
Oh yeah, it's
and then I
almost
would,
like
much
that's a
like
thing.
albums, much like the music industry, I would arrange for them to die, and then I would, it would make my investment go up and up and up. It's got to be really gay and from the streets.
Yeah, you're really thinking like a gallerist right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he does so much heroin, he'll be dead within a week.
Yeah.
So also Diddy purchased Pastimes, which is a 1997 painting by Carrie James Marshall.
That's somehow more racist than the blackface photo.
This painting is awesome, and Carrie James Marshall is awesome, and I love him.
Yeah, I just got put on to him.
Yeah, he's
But-
pretty great.
I mean, but maybe just pitch black, it just seems a bit
Well, this is the thing. He takes
mean-
like
Moorish.
he takes like he takes like traditional. Jesus Christ. I can't. Trying to talk about great art right now. He takes like traditional white themes in art. Like think like Luncheon on the Grass, which is a Manet painting. And he takes those themes, but then
Put
he
some
makes
niggas
them,
in there. Like, you said niggas
So
don't
basically,
go
he
on
does
picnics.
Thank
the
you for
movie Who's Your
continuing.
Caddy?
Like,
He Who's Your Caddy this.
Thank you for finishing my sentence. So yeah, this was originally, I'm going to complain about the art world one more time right here. This was in the Whitney Biennial in 1997. The art was painted, and then it sold to the Metropolitan Pier and Exposition Authority in Chicago for $25,000, which is awesome, right? $25,000 for this artist. I think it was his first year at the Biennial, so that's great. Well, P. Diddy, what do you got?
hey, why don't artists so that's worth $21 million?
Yep.
Oh, but that art, but Carrie they didn't buy it from Carrie for $21 million.
This is what I was about to say,
And
is
that's
some
fucked up.
bullshit. So this is what I mean when people like Swiss Beats, Alicia Keys, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, when they're sitting here like we're supporting the black community. No, you are giving white gallerists millions of dollars. Carrie James Marshall does not get a percentage of that 21.1
That guy's still alive,
million.
too.
Absolutely. He's one of the most famous living artists out there right now, at least American artist. So P. Diddy paid $21 million for this. Carrie James Marshall only saw a percentage of the 25,000 because even that had percentages taken away by gallerists, by agents, by all these different things. So yeah, and I will say P. Diddy paid more than double the estimate of what they thought this painting would go for when it sold. And then
They auctioned it off.
yeah, it was at an auction.
Nice.
Yeah. So he bought this painting specifically to have it at his 50th birthday.
Wow.
So
that's pretty cool.
this
though.
is them, but this is what I mean of like, you're not in it for like the actual art. You're in it for like the flex of like, this is essentially making
those
it a
are all
Rolex.
businessmen.
Look.
Those are all billionaires.
I
All
thought it was
billionaires.
important that
Well,
this
now, I don't
particular piece went to an owner of color. Isn't it time that black people got to own slaves again too? That's what this shit's about. Hey, and then you're supposed to, whatever's happening to you, because how many lives do these motherfuckers destroy at parties? You're supposed to just be happy. Oh, now you want to tear a black man down just because he tore your asshole down after you were drugged at a party. Now
I
you want to tear
wasn't
him
there.
down.
I don't know who was all at that party.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Here's what I do know.
Allegedly.
One of these guys has fucking metal teeth now.
I love Kanye. He's the
Yeah.
only
Don't
one.
love the
He's
teeth.
the only one I love in this picture. Where I was when I saw this, I was a little heartbroken that Kanye's even in
You don't
this
like
picture.
Pharrell?
I don't care either way.
Man.
He's nothing to me, but
Well, I don't know who was at those parties, man. But
You want to know something? Oh,
Blurred
wait.
the real writer of Blurred Lines, Frail, yeah.
Wait, hold 1 second. Because something else interesting about this was originally on all of their Instagrams. They fucking pulled this shit. I had to find it on some... Because
it don't look good.
It doesn't look good anymore now since Diddy's going down. Every single one of them pulled these pictures off their Instagrams.
Take the Carrie down.
I had to go find this on some Indian guy's Instagram that he had reposted it back years ago when this happened. Yeah.
You know what? I don't like that painting. Hey, now we're the ones in the boats playing golf. It's just like every single thing that's a glorification of that horse shit is despicable. It really is.
But the thing that they were glorifying, so I'm going to defend Carrie James Marshall because the thing they're glorifying is the American way of life, of like a suburban way of life, where it's like we can picnic.
Not suburban.
Yes, it is. We can picnic on the weekends. And
we didn't have a boat. I live suburban. That's like a place.
Well,
that's our version of that's like you see like a bunch of black people having boat parties and shit now, and having a good time, and it's a status thing. It's like
I hate it. That's why. Look, the other one.
But this isn't like Don Perignon bottle popping. This is just a picnic.
I know it's so mid. It's so mid of what you want in life.
It's maybe upper middle class.
That's worse than if it was with the other thing you said. I like the Good Times painting because it shows a thing like a party that before he just took. It looks like he took white people and made them. That's why I said it looked racist.
That's what this is. Is that he took a white painting.
So whereas previously in that other painting, you're seeing something like not only is the art way better than this to me.
Which one are you talking about?
The one from Good Times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, but that's the thing. Hey, like so people. That's the people being you can't do this stuff, we do. So they made a better party, and the white people are like, oh, that looks good, that party. I'd like some of that. So that's a thing that's a better message to me than we're going to do all the same horseshit white people do. Well, and because when you add up, okay, this I guess is the fun part of it. But you add up the other horseshit white people had done, it's all demonic fucking rape and shit, which is what they did. Well, so it's gross. It's a gross message.
It's demon.
Carrie James Marshall,
100%.
his whole argument and like his point of doing these paintings is he says that the American way of life, no one really embodies that as much as Black Americans. But for some reason, when we see images of the American way of life, especially like 1950s and 60s images, we always see white people doing those things, even though Black people care about 4th of July just as much, care about, eating hamburgers on the back of their car, like all that stuff that was traditional Americana, what you would think of as Americana. He's essentially making Americana, but being like, hey, we're in this too.
Right. Well, Americana is horseshit. So it's the most bland, Andy Warhol, when he's stacking 50s crap up, I at least understand the statement he's making. Look at this horseshit. It's almost an art, the horseshit the
materialism of it?
Yeah, it's like pure garbage. So Americana's garbage, and nobody does it. If I walked in on somebody doing any of these activities in this manner, I would be like, this is a satanic cult. No one does that.
What?
No one does that.
People totally go water skiing. I've never been water skiing, but
all
people
the things,
do it.
The thing where it's like
you're talking about at the same time?
Yes. No, not any one of the things. You can do it individually. No. I'm saying this party depicted in here compared to the other party.
Oh, you're saying which party is Lydia?
Like the other party, I could believe is a spontaneous party of real feelings and emotion, whatever.
Yeah.
This is like a bunch of crap thrown together, like a girl making a collage in middle school. I like pizza.
It is a collage.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Well, okay, so this painting to me reminds me.
This is why I joined ISIS, and I want to announce I joined ISIS.
Do you remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he goes to the Chicago Museum and he's looking at the big painting? That big painting is essentially this painting from a different era. Do you remember the painting he's looking at where they're in the lake and they're hanging out?
Because he just sees.
Wasn't he trying to like see? Wasn't he trying to like see something?
Because he's like a family or something, and his family sucks. That's why I thought he was crying. Cameron.
Yeah. So isn't that essentially this painting? Is the point? So
where.
Carrie James Marshall is saying like, hey, when you usually see this idea of America, even though it's a marketing idea,
she got a black girl ass and all that shit.
Oh, remember when they used to market things come back in style, huh?
Yeah.
Having black girl ass, that's what a bustle is. It almost looks like a 2-man horse costume.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, what? Sorry, say about the marketing Americana.
Well,
blah, blah,
I was
blah.
saying even though marketing and Americana is kind of a fake idea because you are right, no one really lives like that. Like most people go to work and they have regular jobs, and we all kind of do the same thing. But this idea of America, even if it's fake, I think Carrie James Marshall is just saying like, hey, we're also a part of this. But
I know he is saying that, and I think it's a sad statement.
Yeah, what do you got,
I'll
Jamar?
say this about it though, and I know I get it. That's the point, and that's the style, and he's trying to make a point and all this shit. Just color wise, it's like, well, make them the real color of black people because I don't really know niggas that dark.
I said this at the top. This looks like a racist thing to me. What
What
color is Carrie James?
Like that's the only thing. Is
What
like
color is the guy?
he black.
Will you?
Oh, he
Yeah,
is?
will
Yeah,
you,
he black.
yeah.
Oh, this somehow seems more racist than the guy who painted
Will
his
you pull
face
up
black.
a Carrie James Marshall so they can see what he looks
Yeah,
like?
a black.
Is he gay? Because I'll bet that
He's
explains.
black.
I'll bet it explains.
I actually have no idea if Carrie James Marshall is gay or not. I don't think he is, but I have never looked into that. but
it's gay to want these things.
My issue is when you say that you're
in life?
It's real John Waters shit.
it is real John Waters. My issue is that when you say you're like bringing up black culture, but then you're not giving the artist the actual.
I didn't say I'm bringing up artists. I said I'm bringing up culture.
No. I just the fact that Carrie James Marshall is not the one. He is making a lot of money right now, and I get that, but he's not the one who makes money on that sale of it being $21 million just
That's
for you to
fucked up.
party.
Wait, what's the one with the levitating guy? That looks kind of cool. Let me see that.
That's a cool one. He's great. I love his work.
Yeah, he's dope.
Well, I like that. I don't like the tennis, the American Dream shit. When I'm like, when I talk to people that are still into that shit, I'm like, are you really a sucker still? You're still a sucker for that crap?
Yeah,
That's how they put poison in your food.
I also think Carrie James Marshall is a lot older than us. So he probably grew up watching like commercials that were all like upper middle class suburban advertising and things like that.
It reminds me of when comedians that are older than me, so
Yeah.
I'm 47, and there's a bunch of comedians who I respect that are great comedians who still have like a grudge that Conan O'Brien wasn't fit to take over the Johnny Carson slot. Whatever the fuck. Who gives a shit?
That stuff.
Who
Yeah,
cares
they're
about Carson? Oh my God.
They're still caught up in the thing. And then they're like, why is everyone doing podcasts? Because they're still in the mindset of like, so I will say that about him is that his art probably is more reflective of someone of that age.
It's like Bill Cosby's like, and here's our jazz uncle that's coming to visit and whatever. And it's just like bullshit of like, stop trying to bring people into the bullshit system. The Good Times painting, it shows you, to me, that's American. That's the thing of America's all about that, is a bunch of groups that are fucking complaining about real gripes they have and they make their own thing. And people go, hey, that's kind of cool. I like that. And everybody's got one. Black people have a lot of them because that's the most American thing there is, by the way. That's a mix of everything.
I love that Jamar keeps raising his hand.
But I will.
Yes, Jamar? Go on.
Thank you, Mr. Metzger. I go back to the party, to the lake party. Okay, I mean, but this kind of does like if black people who didn't even think about doing these activities, it is cool to be like, yeah, man, why don't we go out there and go to a boat party and this and this? Now, not that's not how niggas talk,
it's
but
You
like,
don't want to be raped by Diddy and his friends, probably?
but some
Was
niggas
that
probably
DJ
won't-
Khaled in the boat? All I do is win, win, win.
I think that it's a good message in the sense that like, when you see something constantly that's saying like, oh, this group of people is doing this and then you feel excluded from it. I think it is a good message to be like, hey, we're
Yeah,
in
to be like,
this
y'all,
too.
we could do this. Why
Yeah.
don't we do that?
It's just more
And-
programming to think of people in groups
Yeah.
and you're part of your
And the real
interest group
answer
and-
is ants. You don't want to go on a picnic because ants.
Ants, yeah.
That's the actual answer to this painting.
I mean, they should, to make it good, they should show like a white guy jerking off behind a tree, like in the park. Then I
Like in
would
every
respect
park
it.
in Austin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That shit dope though. How can
So the only thing I was going to say about this painting also is that I'm just going to read some quotes about him. This is about him purchasing the painting. It was time for us to step up to the plate and let the world know that we do own a piece of this market as well. So it's about the market.
So it's just,
It's about the money he spent.
yeah.
What do you got?
I will say again, like much like the painting and stuff, it's like I think that they're kind of trying to do the same thing or whatever. Like, see, black people, we can.
Yep.
They are trying to uplift us as a people. Like, yeah, black people, we can be billionaires. We can own great art.
That's
as
a good
much
point.
as it is, let's say it is a money laundering thing or whatever, but it does push like some black people to be a little bit more like, yo, man.
It's the urge to sell your soul instead of
We
making
don't gotta
art.
sell weed, nigga. We could.
God bless you for selling weed if you did sell weed.
I think that's a
For
really
many
good
years.
point, though.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good point, though, and it also plays back into the thing that Kurt just said, which is like the whole Americana thing was a scam because it was marketing, and this whole thing is a scam too, in a sense. But it's like, but yeah, you're right. They are like now we're part of the thing we've been excluded
You know
from.
what this reminds me of? We just covered this story. There's a commercial, and it's little girl athletes, and they're like, Nike, are you going to defend? You know, because I don't know if you know, like you can put on a wig and go beat the shit out of them now. Anyway, I got lightheaded from laughing at women. That thing where they're like, and I'm like, you're really just gonna. So what you're not going to do your own thing, which is what people that like podcasting is the ultimate of that. Bunch of people that couldn't get a thing, make something good, and then
Yeah,
they don't
make
own
whatever
it.
they want.
Can't wait to get a deal and sell it away. But what you're going to do is beg Nike, who makes slave shoes, by the way. Their shoes all the components are made by a slave somewhere. Nike, are you going to do
But
the
they're
right
Chinese little slaves.
thing? Hey, it's like when Dat Fan wanted a sitcom really bad because he's Vietnamese or whatever the fuck that last comic scene bullshit was. It's just the same guy. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, what? Are you stupid? Hey, slave owners, please take me. I could be a good slave, just as good as those other slaves. That's all I take from that. Because
From
no,
this?
they're not uplifting shit. Is
From
what
this?
all of it. All the thing where I'm supposed to admire a mogul. They're all the same message. And then what happens is you become Farnsworth Bentley. You go, oh, he's going to hold an umbrella over me now, but he'll be a mogul tomorrow. And the best he's going to get is to steal J Lo's boots and fucked in his ass.
Yeah, well, I see both sides of this.
Oprah is a human trafficker.
I know.
Fucking
But-
Oprah.
I see all sides of this.
But okay, yeah. Okay, but sure. Okay, so let's say we know all their secrets and we know all the reptilian shit that they may be doing, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. But like the people, the even like the black people that they do push to like want to be the positive aspects of what they got going on or whatever. I think that's what it's ultimately about. Not to be like, man, well, we can be better. I'm not trying to be like that, but that is kind of what they're doing or whatever. Even
Yeah,
if
that's
they
to make up for it. They passed that crime bill, and then for a lot of drug offenses that weren't big, they take dad out of the house.
Yeah.
And then people don't have a fucking dad. And that's how you get where Meek Mill gets fucked in his asshole now, even though he didn't start out that way.
Can I bring out the pain?
Yes.
Well, okay. This isn't Meek Mill, and I'm not saying what went on at this Diddy party, but I did make.
Oh!
I heard Usher was there. I heard.
Yo! I will pay you.
Jamar, which camera's yours?
I'm starting the bidding at $500,000 right now.
I did draw this because I did say, hey, allegedly Usher was there,
That face is so fucking funny.
and yeah.
No,
And-
Usher was there. He brought Bieber, and then he didn't have to do it no more.
Yeah,
See,
actually, I
Bieber had
have a whole series of these. I just
Okay,
own
so
it.
wait, put it back here because now it's in front of my
See, this
camera.
is
So
the-
put
let me
it.
tell you.
Want it right
Can
here
it
between
go?
me and
Yeah,
her?
right in between. Yeah.
Dude, if you, oh my God.
Now
I'm
this,
so happy you brought that. There's a dildo
Are
on
you
the table.
coloring
Oh
this
my
ever
God.
or never?
you think I should color it or not?
Well, because
Let's talk about
I
art.
have an
looking at
idea
that
of
picture,
what you should do.
I think this is a good rebuttal to that picture that these assholes bought.
I think I have an idea for you, Jamar.
Because that's really, it's bait and switch.
Can
That's the bait. That's the switch right there.
Hold that thought for 1 second. This is a old piece that I did that my friend just sent to me, which is on wood, which this is on wood. So this is why I'm showing this
This
to
is
you.
making my point better than I can
You
make
see
it.
how it's somewhat,
Oh.
but the wood is still in some areas. I'll send you a picture of this.
Is that
I
Seth
think-
Rogen?
No, this is my buddy Adam. But
Oh.
I think you should add some areas of interest. I'll send.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been talking off the mic for like a minute now, but I think you should add some areas of interest to it with color and give it a little bit of depth. But that's fucking awesome.
But truth be told, this is a part of a series. So I drew the same one,
Yo.
except for the other one has a Bieber and the other one has Meek Mill on it. Oh, there, but I didn't want to bring them all because.
Dude, you should make these aspirational.
What do you mean?
Like, because this
That
is
is
what,
aspirational. What the fuck do you mean?
all that shit of like, hey, we could aspire to this. Well, really, this is what you aspire to. This painting right here.
Well, this is the fun that they're having.
This is
I
a
want-
good time.
Wow.
Is that a crime now?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. While we're looking at this painting, I want to read this last quote, and I want to say this quote applies to this painting. I am aware that this artwork has discovered a residence within a collection that harbors intention and a discerning vision for safeguarding artistic legacy.
Yeah.
Wait, this one? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was a quote about the Carrie James Marshall painting, but I think that
You
it
could buy
applies
this for
here.
$95,000 at Art Basel in December.
Yeah.
This is great, and I love it, and I
do
love
want
the
some color in
carpet.
it, though, I have to say.
I think he should, yeah.
You
Color
should
like
sleep on
certain
it.
parts
I don't
of it?
know.
Certain areas.
I'm not qualified to tell you, but I loved it. I mean, I'm in so far. Pretty
Alright.
hard.
Yeah, I think that that's amazing.
Dope.
And I'm very happy you brought
Hey, what you
that
think I should
in.
put on the background?
The Obama background. the nice nature.
No, because the carpet's already busy.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's why, because it's not really done, but I was like, fuck it, I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know what the fuck to
King
put on
Charles
the back.
But
hamburger meat.
this is good because
Butterflies everywhere.
wait, Jamar, do you have a website? This is the last slide, right, Justin? Okay. So do you have a
Not for-
website you want to
Put
plug?
vote or die.
Oh, actually.
idea.
Vote or die. he's
Wait,
out
you're-
campaigning for Kamala right now.
That's crazy.
So wait, so you don't have a web? Did they
No, I
DM
just put it
you?
on my Instagram.
Okay, so go.
Dude, you should make it black men for Kamala.
But I be doing these art auctions in the comedy club sometimes and shit. And so-
Yeah, that's true. If they're in Austin, but I was thinking people like if they're not in Austin and they want to purchase this, how to reach out for you.
Oh,
So,
Instagram. Hit me on Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah. And we're going to all be tagged in all of these videos and stuff. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys can find us on there. But anyways, that has been P. Diddy's art collection. And this has been the Bad Art Show. And thank you both.
I thought you were
going to
show some of his personal films.
Aspire to be great and black.
I think on the cover, there's going to be the Andy Warhol baby oil, though. That's
Can you just click it back to the guy with the wig on and we just close on a really positive image?
Shout out to Brett Murray.
yeah.
And then can you have Jenna, the editor, do a zoom in on that guy's cock at the end?
Yes. Yeah, of course. We'll do
You just
that.
play good time. Good times. Or something good with it. And
Thank
zoom
you
in on
guys.
his cock.
Thank you guys for watching Memento Mori. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah.
I do love that painting. Oh, pussy.
Oh.
That is so fucking good.
Retarded.